Well, I imagine trust must be an issue. I mean, for people who felt that they've been kind of neglected in terms of trust with anybody who's got a title after the name and some authority must be an issue.
Yeah.
So how did you go about building that trust, I suppose?
Well, I started by insisting that I was based on the estate and that I was accessible to everyone. The first thing I did is send a letter around all the community, inviting them in to talk to me. They were quite hostile. They were saying they'd heard everything I'd said before. I was just another person from another area who wanted to make a name for myself. So the first thing I did was to make sure that there was good communication, which to set up a tenants newsletter written by tenants for tenants. What they'd want to see in their language, if you like, and support them with that. And to embark on a massive community consultation, not a letter drop, not a phone call, get an independent company to come in, and this was the first thing I did, to talk and work with the community in different community groups, because there was a lot of different community groups within Byker who were operating on their own merits and off their own back, but they weren't joined up. They came back with a community engagement strategy, as I would take to my board very quickly and get it agreed, that the tenants had written, the residents had written for themselves, and it had 4 elements. The first element was about two-way engagement, face-to-face. They wanted to see the whites of your eyes to see if you were lying to them. That was the trust element that you talked about, John. The second one was about helping them to develop insight and interpersonal relationships, bringing those groups together. Hard to reach groups, different types of ethnic groups, groups of women, groups of men, groups of children, particularly the children who had nothing to do. And that was one of the biggest problems for families on the estate. They thought that there was nothing safe for children to do on an evening, on a weekend, holidays, etc. So helping them to overcome those barriers, leading to capacity building, helping individuals to overcome barriers by working with the groups and overcoming barriers, people who didn't have the confidence to tell you what their problems were. And very quickly I realised a lot of that was about income maximisation, whether that's about benefits or about people on low wages, etc. So I seconded somebody in from the Citizens Advice Bureau full-time to support the community, and they loved that. And that led then to the final point, which was empowerment. They wanted to be empowered. They just didn't know how to be, but they wanted it in a meaningful way, not paying lip service and chalk and talk. They wanted to influence the business, they wanted to influence the service, and make the directions for the community that they wanted, not what we thought they wanted. So that was really important to them.